As the Colts made their way out of the locker room, we're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Dallas Cowboys. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and this one is underway here on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
I think that typically we expect teams to save their home run plays for later in the game when they feel like they have an advantage over a defense. But in this case, they thought they had the advantage right away and took the shot on the first play of the game.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Micah Parsons coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. The start less than ideal as they already face a second and long. Another try after the first down sack. Fields looking for Campbell downfield, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. They're looking for long, but it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Little. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big connection on that one. 36 yards.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
Looking to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Here's 2nd and 10. One play action. Fields. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Play action. It's Fields. He hits his target, Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
That's a big gainer on that play, and from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. From the gun, here's Fields. Putting the pressure right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Rolling to his left. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Taylor. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start...
And he can't escape, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play here for Dallas.
1st down, Cowboys.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Davidson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And the Colts are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Off play action, Fields. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst. The 30-yard line.
But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
He lets it fly for Lockett. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. A big play there for Indy. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
When you're dead last in the NFL in 3rd down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about him picking up that one? That was big for them.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. These two teams all tied after 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Fields. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Tyler Lockett, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. That is caught by Lamb. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On play action, they'll throw. Now he'll let it go deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Back deep, the former All-Pro Tyler Lockett. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. On 1st down, it's Fields. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach. Let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers, and they're growing louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced
And a little spin cycle. Room to run now. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Now a throw here to his running back. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that'll be incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half, because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
2nd and 10.
Back to throw here. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Little. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. He'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Little. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline. But what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll look to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big connection on that one. 31 yards.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. And that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it.
And the Colts are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Fields on first down. And this one quickly to Lamb.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now a first down throw, Fields.
He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw here on target to Hurst.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Fields throwing again. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Here's Fields. He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete.
The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Now it's Fields.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're going getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them. As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw.
They'll find Dobbins out of the backfield.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
An attempt at a deep ball there, and they didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at about the 31.
Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, he'll drop to throw. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Back to throw again. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They go play action here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. He finds his man complete. It's Little. And he doesn't quite make it. Taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in, and they catch him here and stop him.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Cowboys are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he goes out right around the 39. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Here's Fields. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he is caught by Lamb. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode. Really try.
And this is caught inside the 5. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play there for Indy. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Again, it'll be Taylor. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. Play action. It's Fields rolling to his right. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Justin Fields keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Paul. But they had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue?
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dio Odengbo able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Flushed out right. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter. Forced out to his left. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 28. A shotgun snap, Fields. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Back now in Indianapolis. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll look to throw here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. They'll look to throw here. This one into the hands of Kittle. Takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play there on the catch and run.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
They set up the screen for Dobbins. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed. And in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too.
Looking for Campbell downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Colts.
Paris Campbell, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Colts look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and the lead now up to 14. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds, because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. He'll look to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
He's going to look deep down the field. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. A big play here for Dallas. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Touchdown! George Kittle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Set now to to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
On 1st down, it's Fields. And this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down, a nice, consistent game.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
From the gun, here's Fields. He'll drop this down to Taylor.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Colts look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead now up to 14.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Over the middle, complete. That's Little. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to the 30. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. So they come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. And nowhere to hide on that play.
No, there was not, because every exit door, that was surrounded. I think that was supposed to be a bootleg, but he had no chance to get outside the pocket and try and make a play.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Now back to throw. Throw left side, complete. That's Davidson. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. He'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Dio Odangbo in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case, because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 14. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 35. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, this was a good one. Excitement all the way to the end. You had the points, and then they were hoping for the miracle there on the onside kick. Couldn't get it recovered, and that was your ball game.
And I'm of the opinion that any time you actually do recover an onside kick, it almost is a miracle. It takes so many things going right to make it happen. It didn't in this case, and they walk off a victor.
So for the Colts, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Chicago Bears next week. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they'll sink now to 0-4 in Washington.